The first one that we are going to look at for today is gold. As we have seen this also during the previous time, gold is actually creating a type of textbook example that I'm actually looking at here. Just for a moment. As you can see, this is the wave analysis that I am looking at for the potential reversal on gold, and we are going to look at also what has happened at the top of the price. So it's getting a bit more complex, as we can see, and I'm going to share again. So look at what is happening right now. Just a moment. So look at what is happening right now. For gold on the bigger picture, as we may see, price was testing the upper part of the structure. So this is the structure that price was testing here. We had this support and this resistance zone and the second resistance zone where price stopped. And also this showed it to be very strong also during the past. But what is happening actually right now? So for the moment, we can see on the lower time frame, on the 4-hour time frame for gold, we can see that price is actually creating a type of textbook example for the Elliott wave theory. It is something that it is not repeated very often, but when we can see this pattern, we have higher chances on our side on the way how we can trade. So let's look at what is happening here. So for the bigger picture, we can see these waves that the price is actually creating. At the beginning, I was looking at for this potential wave development, but as we can see, price created something in a different way. So it looks like that we are in a potential third wave completion of a bigger wave, and we may anticipate the fourth wave before price will rise again. It looks very interesting compared to the theory, how it works out. And now we are going to break down the pattern on the lower time frame. So on the lower time frame, we can see that we have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern. During the previous time, I was expecting for the fifth wave to complete at this point for many reasons, because we had the support area here, and also it was showing a 5-wave completion at this moment. It was this small, but it seems like the price created a bigger 4-wave at this point and it increased again. So at this moment, we have to adjust the fifth wave. It looks very interesting at this moment. And what we can look at right now is that for the third wave of a bigger time frame, we have the probability for the fifth wave completion. It means that the chances are very high that on the fifth wave or the third wave, price can begin the correction and it can move lower. But also on the lower time frame, as we can see, we have another 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 wave movement. So on all time frames, we can see that the price is actually moving down and down and down. So we have also another 5 wave. What is actually creating and making this more interesting in the actual position, as I see, is the fact that we are having also a type of wedge pattern that is being formed at this moment. So if this is going to be true, we are going to have third wave completion, fifth wave done for the third wave, and also the fifth wave for the fifth wave that is inside. So I'm going to make it black, the small one, and we have 3 different time frames. The probability right now is very high that we may see something that fits with the theoretical part here. So we may see the price to move down from this point by confirming in this way the wedge pattern that we are looking at right now. However, we have to know that nothing is 100% a good forecast, because as long as the price develops, we collect other data. Exists also the chance that we may see the price to rise further and we may be in another scenario. However, with the actual data that we have, I think that probably we are close to any corrective movement. If that is going to happen, I think that the first target should be close to the small structure, and the next one would be close to the second structure as well. This is going to be a critical zone in my opinion, because this is going to be also a very deep pullback for the fourth wave if the price is going to respect this area. But after that, the bullish move should come again. On the other hand, we are looking at also Euro USD to rise more than we are expecting. So it comes in line overall with the bearish move that is happening on the USD front as well. And that is also the trading probability for the fifth wave on gold here. So this is what I'm looking at. It looks a bit complex scenario, but I don't think that it is so complex. So we may see the bearish move again. We have also to be careful, because during this period of time we are in the holidays season, let's say. No one likes to trade, everyone wants to enjoy the free time with their families. So this is a big problem, because the trading volume will be very small during these days. So this is what we can face. It means that with very low trading volume, we may face also false breakouts that can invalidate the patterns. This is one of the most problematic parts during this period of time. So that is why we have to be careful in trading this week. Another possible scenario is also that with trading volume that probably might be very low, we may see the price to create anything strange, any bigger correction before the move down, or probably it can expand in this way and it can rise during January. So there are many scenarios. However, a bearish opportunity should come very, very soon, in my opinion. So let's see what is going to happen, but it should move down, in my opinion, as I see. The next one that we are going to look at is Euro USD. Just one moment. We have seen this also before. During the previous week, price didn't manage at all to break through 1.0760. This was the area that I was expecting as the first barrier for FOMC and ACB as well, European Central Bank. And what happened is only that during FOMC, we saw this small candle here, so price didn't move at all, and the bullish candle was during the next day on European Central Bank. And what is happening is that despite the fact that the European Central Bank was very hawkish, they said that we are going to increase interest rates. They said also that we have more space than the US right now at this moment, compared the gap that they have on the interest rates. But on the other hand, we can see that the price is not moving at all. So why all of this happened? We had on one hand FOMC that was showing to be very hawkish, and on the other hand we have also SEB to be hawkish as well. So the net effect is something that is not going to move at all. So this was something strange, but it happens when both of them are powerful at the same time. It means that the price is not going to move at all. But what we have to anticipate during this moment of time, because this is very interesting right now. We have to be careful with trading volume. The problem is that price can create this type of move. It can rise with small volume, it can make this move, and it can keep moving higher, like in these patterns here. These are patterns with very, very, very low volume. What I think in my perspective, I think that all of this move needs to correct because the price increased by approximately 1,200 pips, sorry. So we need to expect any correction. However, this correction may come in different ways. So this is the critical point at this moment. We have some bearish signs here, price is consolidating. But on the other hand, we may see the price during the coming days, so let's say up to the end of December, just only to create this type of move. And probability is very high for this move because neither buyers or sellers are going to give up from this zone. Only if we are going to see any small bearish move, only in that moment the price may correct deeper. For the moment, nothing is happening. We have to be very careful. I am not expecting any bullish volume on Euro USD, only if something big is going to come out. But on the other hand, we have to be careful because also USD is very strong. The economy is performing in a perfect way. Inflation is slowing down. GDP is also very strong. They are having new job positions. The average earnings were also very good during the previous time. So we have to take in account also this data as well. So despite the fact that Fed said that we are going to help the economy to increase the interest rates and many other different things, I don't think that the USD is strong. They are just holding with pressure the USD to be strong in that way because they want USD to be stronger. So this is a fact right now, and we have seen that Powell doesn't give up from the stronger USD. So let's see what is going to happen. For the moment, it's very tricky. Just wait for any strong move, and after that we may see the deep correction as well. So for the moment, we are just in a resistance zone that the buyers and the sellers are just fighting with each other at this moment. Once the price will begin to move down, so I think that the chances are high that the price may come close to 1.03. It looks very interesting area. And the second area should be close to 1.02. Any move down farther from these points, the price will be exposed to 1-to-1, so the parity level again. This is going to be a very critical zone. However, we are too far from that point because this is going to be a very deep correction after that, and probably the currency may face many problems at that moment. So let's see what is going to happen. Sorry, the next one is Australian dollar and USD dollar. I have shared this during the previous times, since when the price was at the top, and also when we discussed about FOMC 1 day ahead. So this was a scenario for Australian dollar, USD dollar. For the probability of the fifth wave completion, I shared my ideas during the previous live stream. As you can see, price moved lower, and after FOMC and ACB and today move, we can see that price already reached the second target from the top of the pattern. So what we should expect right now? The chances are very high that, considering that the fifth wave looks very interesting, we may see any type of correction, or probably price can continue to correct lower. However, we have to be careful. As long as we are in a 5-wave movement, we have to be careful because the first scenario that we have to anticipate is an ABC correction. And after that, we have to reevaluate how the price is trading. So if price is going to come in a type of ABC correction, the chances are very high that we may see the price to rise up again from this point. So it should be very interesting, and the chances are that we may face the bullish scenario very soon, despite the fact that the price is coming down. And the chances probably might be higher in a beautiful bullish scenario than on the bearish scenario. So let's see, but this is not worth to break it down on the lower time frame. Price is just stopped at this moment. It looks very interesting. You can let me know if you have any question. One of the guys is writing about Australian dollar and the New Zealand dollar. I don't know if that is going to be long. It's very risky right now. We have to be very, very careful for that currency pair. I'm going to check it just for a moment to finish with the one that we have. The second one that we are looking at is USD and Japanese yen. Today morning we saw the price to dump more than 500 pips. It was 540 pips, as we can see from this moment. I have shared this analysis also when it was close to the top of the structure. Just one moment, I may find it. It was at the beginning of the month, I guess. This was on December 6th. Here we have our analysis. So look at what was happening here. Price created the first bearish pattern, the second bearish pattern, price was testing the support area, and after that we saw the bearish move to happen at this point. The crash was very big, as we already measured it. Both these targets were reached, the first one and now the first and the second. The Bank of Japan finally is showing to be strong. They are showing that they are supporting their economy, despite the fact that they didn't increase the interest rates, so we have to be careful for that part. What is happening on the bigger picture, as you may see, just 1 minute to delete all of this right now. On the bigger picture, we may see that price from the top is coming down close to this support area. So this support area should act as magnet, so the price should come down. We can see all of these bearish patterns. So USD, Japanese yen, likes a lot to create these big bearish patterns before the move, so very nice accumulation. Sometimes these are also very tricky patterns, so it can be very profitable, but you have to know your risk when you trade them. The part that I'm actually expecting how it can develop is that I'm expecting for the price to create any deeper move. I'm not expecting at all USD yen to move down from the place where it is now. I don't see any reason at all why price should move lower than 500 pips in 1 day, so I don't see this to move farther down. The chances are that after this correction, we may see the retest of this support area. It can happen that price can come down with volume, that it can be very small volume, and after that we may see the correction. However, this is a scenario that I'm actually focused for the moment. Just any correction up to the zone and the price may dump again. It created the same thing here. Price spent more time in correction, but it came down and reached our targets. So let's see. It looks more interesting on the daily time frame. And as you can see, price was in this area on August 22 and also in June 22, also April 22. So overall price is coming back where it was before the war between Ukraine and Russia. So this is the most interesting fact here. So let's see what is going to happen after the correction. It is not ready yet. A common mistake that many traders actually do is that one analysis, if I'm going to share one analysis, or probably if you are going to find any analysis on TradingView, many traders tend to jump on this trade at the moment that this is shared, and after that they may suffer losses because many don't know how to read the analysis that is shared. In this situation, we have to wait, we have to be patient, and the sell can be from the top, not from where it is now. So this is what we have to be careful right now. The next one that we are going to look at is GBP Australian dollar. For GBP Australian dollar, we have to know that price is actually creating this type of movement. So today Australian dollar has been very weak, and on the other hand we have seen the cable to be strong, weak, flat most of the time. So this is something very strange. However, for the moment price is testing for the fourth time the upper part of the structure. This is a type of horizontal channel that the price is creating. The chances are high for the bear and the bullish opportunity that may come here. The problem is that we have to be very careful. We can see that price is showing bullish volume because it is trying to push up. I don't like to jump in this moment right now because price can do both moves. What may happen is that probably you may ride the bullish move once you are going to have any bullish breakout. It needs to be a strong breakout. But the problem is that considering how the price is reacting, it can also lose volume and it can dump here. So all of this area is very critical. So it comes as aggressive sell with stops above the high who wants to sell. And for those of you that want to position yourself on the buy scenario, you have to wait for a stronger move, and after that you can jump on this buy. So approximately the bearish move is aggressive and the bullish move needs confirmation. It depends when you want to position yourself at this moment. This is overall, so we have to see what is going to happen, but also this projection looks very interesting. We have seen these moves also before, so also the bearish moves, despite the fact that they were very ugly at the top, they show it to be strong. What happened that I explained also during the previous analysis related with cable Australian dollar was the fact that we shouldn't jump on this type of scenarios in the middle of the pattern. Is very, very risky. As you may have seen, many were looking at this point, as I was looking at the analysis posted on TradingView, but this point makes very it's not profitable at all if you are going to sell and to take this part of the move as profitable move. So if you are going to take correction in the middle, the correction in the middle is never good for the trade, because you may position the stop losses above and the price does this move at this point. So it is better if you take the position on the upper or on the lower part of the structure. So it looks very, very interesting in my opinion. And I'm going to share with you also something else. Just one moment. The next one is going to be Euro GBP. This analysis was shared when price was close to the lower part of the structure, and we may see that the price is already close to the top right now. So we are within two possible scenarios. We have to be very careful. It's very risky at this moment how the price is creating. The chances are that the pattern can extend and it can come down again, or it can bounce above the pattern and it can arise further. So the chances are that it can stop also on the support area, that probably it is not profitable at all, because it can create any type of false breakout and it can dump after that moment, but it can also create any small opportunity close to the top. The problem is that none of these moves is so profitable. We have to be very careful right now. The overall picture is corrective. I think that the chances for the bearish move can be higher at this moment. However, we don't have data to support this overall. But considering the pattern and how the bigger picture was created, the chances are that we may see this price development. And after that, the price may move down again. So this is overall what may happen here. So hope you guys enjoyed the analysis for today. Please don't forget to subscribe and press the like button for more future content. I really appreciate your support. Thank you. Bye bye.